Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your number one podcast. This is the show where kings and queens tell their legacies and on. So get ready for the gems to drop and pull up to the table because we're ready.
Asking somebody.
That's a gem.
Yeah. So I ask anybody anything right now, like why waste time? So it is a good deal where you have to go out and get the information on your own. But if you get to a point to where you need to find a master. So there's always teachers in life.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
always somebody who's been doing it for 50 years, even if you only been doing it for 30. They still got, if you've been doing it for 30 and they've been doing it for 50, they still got you beat on 20 years worth of experience and knowledge. So why wouldn't I, regardless of what level I feel I'm a master in it, why wouldn't I go talk to somebody who's still a master 20 years plus my senior? So I'm
Exactly.
always going to continue to connect with those who have the information. So I connect with people all the time. Like, hey, what is this? How do you figure this out? Because why would I sit there and rack my brain for 12 hours or 2 weeks or 2 months trying to solve the same problem when there's somebody out there that has the answer, that can give me the answer, but also show me how to get the answer. So it's not just don't give me the answer. No, how did you do that? No,
Right,
no, no. Show
right.
me.
What's
Break
the
that down.
process?
Yeah,
Yeah.
break that down. All right, cool. So where did you find this at? You always have to be willing to ask these questions because that's, only way you're going to be able to become a master in what you do. You got to put in your 10,000 hours. I don't care what it is, butcher,
Mhm.
baker, candlestick maker, social media influencer, podcaster. You have to do the work and the due diligence in order to position yourself, so, you can be ready.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. So a lot of us like to skip out on the process. So I'm big on process. Like, no, this is how it goes. You see news articles, you see me on TV, you see me in magazines, you see all the little highlights on social media. You don't see that's just an iceberg. That's just what's peeking out of the water. You don't see the work that I spend 12,
Yeah.
20 hours, 30 hours just working on something,
Yep.
connecting with people, refining my own skill set and knowledge. You don't see that. All you do is see me show up and in a way in which some people deem, impressive, from that standpoint. But you think it's impressive. I just say I'm prepared. So
Ooh, bro, I'm still in all these. I'm still in a few of them, man. But that's absolutely right, and I think that because of our world of today, especially how society has technological, advantages and whatnot, you don't see that slow and steady wins the race no more. It
mm-mm.
is instant gratification. I'm talking about as soon as I see it, I want it type of
Mm-hmm.
mindset that's going on. And like you just said, that it's not like that in a business.
No.
I tell, like, I'm mentoring two others in the media business, and they are like, bro, I didn't even think that this much came with it. Like, oh yeah, man. Then this is just the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. You just starting, walking down the aisle. So wait till you pass that first door. You know what I'm saying? Then you realize, oh, okay, I see why I did this. And that's awesome how you pretty much created a CMV to then be the base in my how I'm putting it, be the basics of the foundation for you to then create other uh bridges or platforms
Yeah.
from that very first idea. And brother, when I was reading like certain articles, and we know each other personally, and just
Mm-hmm.
knowing somewhat of how you move, I it's incredible, bro, that you haven't scoped it to a Fortune 500 corporation yet with Elon Musk and John Bezos, Jeff Bezos in this mug, bro, because the mentality and the information and the energy that you bring to a table is enough for others to feed off of, to say, man, just how he moved makes me want to do better. How
Yeah.
he articulate his verbiage, and in that I see all of that in our construction, and then proceeded to, if I want to get my notes right, you also co-own Matu Veget Spirits.
Yeah, Motu VJ.
VJ. Okay. Look,
Yeah,
look.
Motu VJ. So
Okay.
that's Latin. So it's a wine and spirits company. We founded that back in 2019. So me and two other partners, Jonathan Jokes and Willie the
Yeah,
Kid.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
I
along
remember
with
them.
Super Dre. Yeah, so we founded this company back in 2019. And the reason why we call it Motu VJ Spirits is because the City of Grand Rapids motto is Motu VJ, which means strength in activity or strength in unison, depending on, the
Hmm.
translation of it. And so, like, how do you be Grand Rapids all across the country and the globe without calling it Grand Rapids? Because, when it comes to wine or spirit, you want something that sounds nice, and you want it something, you want to
Yeah.
be like, oh, like, Clico, and all the
Yeah.
other kind of things. It needs that little that je ne sais quoi, factor to it, and so that's why we call it Motu VJ. Spirits, and so we have four products right now. We're also in the process, which is a
Wow.
separate entity, of building out a wine bar in downtown Muskegon. So that'll be open early next year. From that standpoint, so it's a lot of different things, and so with Multi VJ Spirits, we have over 300 retail placements. Meyer, which is one of the bigger grocery
Yeah, I was just
chains
about to bring that up, man. I
in the
seen that
Midwest.
fire,
Yeah, so
bro.
we're in about 80 Myers, 300 retail locations outside of Michigan. Um, New York and Georgia are our other two big states where we sell
What?
our products. So it's not just a Grand
Wow.
Rapids, it's not just a Michigan. We're definitely, a national a company and a national brand, and we're, still looking to build it because we're still
That's
young.
dope. That is crazy. And you're right. I'm sorry, I'm thinking fast. I'm speaking. You're 2019 and you're in over 300 retail stores.
Yeah.
Brother, I don't think people understand. You don't give yourself enough credit, bro. I'm gonna do it for you.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's just work. That's one thing I say. You can't escape the work.
Yes.
So, if you
Yeah.
things are going to come, but it's also you got to put yourself in position and in place.
Hmm.
So being black, a lot of us aren't birthed into wealth, or family will have additional resources to be able to support our dreams. And so one of the things we can do to kind of bridge that gap is through what they call social capital or relationship capital. And
Right.
so just having relationships and building relationships, and some people don't understand relationship building. Relationship building isn't like I'm gonna do this for you, so I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you move your
Right.
couch today, Mel, and then I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I need you to help move my stove. That is
Right.
not, that's not a relationship. That's a favor for a favor, and favor for a favor is not a relationship. It's not a friendship. So
Mm.
you have to build authentic and real relationships, and that goes without asking for anything. It could be for like 5 years, it could be for 20 years, or it could never ask that. It's an actual authentic relationship. And a lot of us don't understand and build real relationships to where, people will pick up your calls. I know that
Right.
I can make certain calls for certain things, and I know for a fact people are going to answer my call. And the thing that I'm proposing, 9 times out of 10, they're going to rock with it because of the relationship and the reputation that I've built. So those are the things that we have to safeguard from that standpoint. So speaking to your point earlier, I always believe in doing fair and good business from that standpoint. So I don't believe in doing people dirty on a deal. I try and make a
Mm.
deal as, advantageous and beneficial for everybody. But let's be
Yeah.
honest, sometimes
Somebody got to
you're
take the short stick.
so yeah, that's it. It's just like a rookie contract. Your rookie contract is your rookie contract.
Yeah.
So until you prove yourself to be a Pro Bowler, you prove yourself to be defensive player, offensive player of the year, that that's showing that you have increased your value over time to where now it evens out more. So your first rookie contract, that's what it is. Your first, your first contract you sign in the music biz isn't the most advantageous.
Right.
So sometimes people will not get into something because they feel like they're not their value isn't being realized No, when you're first starting out, you should be honored and lucky to be in some rooms like before that, because a lot of times it's a lot of entitlement. This
Yes.
generation is too entitled,
Yeah.
and they overestimate their importance in the overall global society. Everyone is their own main character, but you have to put that in the context of what's happening around you. And so
Oh, yeah.
sometimes people feel as if I was a star quarterback in high school that never went to college. You can't go around the NFL great quarterbacks and compare yourself to NFL great quarterbacks if you never even played college.
Right.
I don't care what kind of records you broke in high school. You didn't go on to do that. So sometimes
Right.
people look at themselves as, oh no, I'm this. Yeah, all right, that's cool. But when you get around bigger dogs or bigger fish in bigger ponds, hey,
You
you
gotta
know,
you gotta
be
pay,
easy.
read the room, as they say.
Yeah, be easy.
Yeah.
It's more knowledge in the room. You should be way more observant and listening than you are trying to exert yourself, your over self-importance. That don't matter. Like, because all you're doing is just talking yourself out of opportunities.
Yes.
That's what people don't understand. You're doing way too much talking. You should be listening. You're around people who are where you want to be, and you're trying to exert yourself as if you know more than the
And
people
now,
where you like,
and we
come
see
on,
that every day.
that's it. You know,
Every day.
the internet, like the internet, I love the internet. It's allowing you and I to communicate the way we're communicating right now, but I
Right.
also dislike the internet because it gave too many people a platform. Like
Yeah.
you got way too many people, it's a lot of people with opinions, very few with qualified opinions. So it's just people are just talking just to talk and things like that, and that's okay. But not necessarily humble yourself, but read the room, understand where you are, and then build. It's like you're a student. You always are going to
Right.
be in a position to be in a student. Sometimes you're the teacher.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the student. Understand when and what situation you are who. So if you're
That's a
talking to,
great, bro. Perfect deal right there. Perfect.
yeah, so that's the thing. Like, too many of us are too busy trying to figure out, or we want to exert ourselves as experts. How are you 25, just graduating college, and you want to tell somebody who's been a CEO of a Fortune 500 company how they should do something?
Yeah.
Make that make
Yeah.
sense. You
That
you
is, yeah,
you
every day, bro. Every
you
day.
got all these gurus and all these experts, and none of them had to make payroll. None of them signed on for a business loan. None of them had a lease. They're just on the internet
None of you
reading
seen a
and watching
contract.
TikToks and regurgitating someone else's opinions and views. It's not even their own.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've ran into a few people that ran into in meetings and conferences, and it's almost like you was there because that's exactly how they were coming off. You know what I mean? And this is like this was a conference on making the contracts better for you in your
Mhm.
company, your business, and pretty much they just didn't even listen to the message. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what are you here for? You know what I mean? Like this,
Mhm.
your seat could have been for this young man or this young lady that who is really trying to build a legacy. So
Mhm.
you're absolutely right about every person that has a platform. Congratulations that your voice is being heard. I never want nobody to be silenced,
Mhm.
but bring some meat and potatoes to the table. Like something, something. And that is what you have been doing since the beginning of your professional business journey, especially along with our construction and then with the wine company. But then it seems like your wine company then became a spider web for other uh drinking companies or bars or restaurants as people.
Hospitality.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. Hospitality
Mhm.
environments. And so one of them was oh my God, what is it? Sipping coffee. If I
Yeah.
want
Sip coffee and cocktails.
sip
Yeah.
coffee and cocktail. That blew me away because I'm like, man, I'm not really a coffee drinker. I don't really drink, liquor like that, like a cocktail like that. But
Mhm.
uh what is that? Because it's like, all right, if I is this a is this my business meeting or is this off the clock type of meeting?